Moving on, let's turn our attention to the Philippines. The Filipinos are angry over alleged corruption in flood control projects. Anti-corruption protesters have been rallying across Manila, and their latest and most surprising supporter is the president himself. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has backed the protests and said that he does not blame the people one bit for it.
Show that you are enraged, to show that you are angry, to show that you are disappointed, to show that you want justice, to show that you want fairness. What's wrong with that? I want to show that there is justice. I want to show that there is fairness. I want to hold these people accountable just like they do. So I don't blame them. I don't blame them, not one bit.
The president went on to say that he himself would have taken to the streets with the protesters had he not been the president.
If I wasn't president, I might be out in the streets with them. So, you know, of course, they are enraged. Of course, they are angry. I'm angry. We should all be angry because what's happening is not right.
President Marcos made the remarks at a press briefing on Monday, where he launched an investigation into the corruption allegations. Marcos has vowed not to spare even his friends and allies in the House of Representatives and the Senate, who were involved in the alleged corruption scandal. One of them is his cousin and House Speaker Martin Romualdez. He has denied any involvement in the scandal. In fact, Romualdez is one of the several lawmakers who have been put into spotlight by the scandal, which also includes government engineers and construction companies. The Philippines is also one of Asia's most typhoon-prone countries, and the flood control projects that were ideally supposed to make things better are themselves plagued by corruption. As per the Department of Finance, corruption in flood control projects has cost the Philippine economy nearly $2 billion from 2023 to 2025. In fact, each year, floods devastate the Philippines. People struggle to save their lives and belongings as they wade through chest-deep waters. The Filipinos are already angry over the government's poor disaster management, and the latest corruption scandal has further fueled public outrage.
To hold the enemies of democracy accountable, people like Duterte who don't care about human rights and or also involved in corruption, people like Marcos who destroyed or spread so much misinformation and also turned a blind eye to corruption until it was finally brought to his doorstep that this can't go on. So I think our side, we need to figure out the story we're going to tell, but I think we've caught on to something, and I think right now what's very important is we stand with the people.
Now, unlike Nepal and Indonesia, protests in the Philippines have been smaller and relatively peaceful so far. President Marcos has asked the protesters to maintain the peace while expressing their anger towards the culprits.
Make them answerable for the wrongdoings that they have done. You let them know your sentiments. You let them know how they hurt you, how they stole from you. Yell at them and do everything like demonstrate. Just keep it peaceful.
President Marcos has backed the public outrage and vowed not to spare his own friends found guilty of cheating the people. So now it remains to be seen if he can actually keep his word, or the government's complacency will continue to fuel discontent and anger among the Filipinos.
Firstpost now available in 9 languages on YouTube. English,
stands at $36 trillion.
French,
Le FMI, comme
German,
Geschäftsführenden Direktor,
Hindi,
$30 trillion kakarjo.
Indonesian,
Pemerintah tanpa pemeriksaan.
Italian,
Sekali radikali.
Japanese,
4 兆ドル以上も
Portuguese,
por causa do próprio balanço patrimonial.
Spanish.
Beautiful bill.
Go to Settings, click on Audio Track and select the language of your choice. Be the first to know what's happening around you in your first language. Firstpost.